Welcome to Drawsh Studio. Today we're going to learn about the anatomy of the pectoralis muscle. Let's get started. The pectoralis is the large triangular shaped muscle on the front of our rib cage that we call our chest. It originates along the edge of the sternum across the 5th or 6th rib and then inserts into the upper front part of the humerus bone. We call this the sternal portion since it anchors to the sternum, and there is a second section we will discuss. The second portion we can call the clavicular portion because it originates along the inner half of the clavicle and inserts just below the sternal portion on the front of the humerus. To help you remember this pattern, think of two triangles, a large one coming across and a smaller triangle sitting on top and going lower. Because the upper clavicular portion inserts lower on the arm, and the lower sternal section inserts higher on the arm, it allows these two sections to unfold as the arm is raised above the rib cage. This gives us a greater range of motion and flexibility. Since the sternal pectoralis anchors at the sternum and acts on the arm, when those muscles are activated, they will pull the arm up and towards the chest. When the higher clavicular portion is activated, it will continue to pull the arm higher. Now let's find the pectoralis from the surface. First we need to find the bony landmarks so we know where the muscles are attaching. Here we can clearly track the clavicles coming from the pit of the neck out to the shoulder. And we can clearly see the sternum here as a depression between each pectoralis. This shadow comes down from the middle of the clavicle to the arm, and another shadow from the inside of the clavicle would show us the clavicular portion on top. Then we can trace the edge of the sternal portion down the sternum and across the 5th or 6th rib, then up into the arm tucking under the clavicular portion. And we can see those same lights and shadows on the other side that tell us where the muscle is under the surface. In this pose, we can see the pectoralis from a different angle. Again, we can see the shadow of the clavicular portion of the pectoralis coming from the inside of the clavicle to the arm. Because the arm is slightly pulled back, it will stretch the pectoralis. We can track the sternal portion down and across the ribs too. But from here it would seem like the contour of the muscle continues down towards the back. But this would make the insertion of the pectoralis moving away from the arm. We know it should aim up towards the upper humerus. If we look again, we can see the highlight on the edge of the pectoralis aims to the insertion point above the clavicular portion. This line was simply a contour of the skin. To be anatomy detectives and find the muscles under the surface, we need to understand the origins and insertions of each muscle to track them underneath the skin. The insertions of the pectoralis will be hidden underneath the deltoid muscle, which we will discuss in a future video. It's important to remember that muscles have form as well, and using cross contours is a great way to help you visualize the thickness of muscles. Remember all of these points when you're analyzing and drawing the figure. Spend lots of time finding the anatomy on the surface of your reference, and then draw them from observation and memory to help you learn. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to go to drawsh.com for more information on these topics and many more. If you want to see more videos like this, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you for the next one.